Look at your pet. Your dog, your cat, the small, innocent animal that shares your sacred space. Find them. Now, watch them. Have you noticed it lately? The way they stop and stare, utterly transfixed, at one specific, empty corner of your room. You thought it was a quirk. You thought they saw a bug, or heard a sound you could not. My child, you were right that they perceive something you cannot, but it is not a bug. It is a warning. This is a divine emergency broadcast, an alert of the highest priority sent directly from my throne to your spirit. Your pet, your angelic sentinel, has been staring at that corner for a reason. There is a hidden camera there. It was placed in your home by someone you trust. And they are not just watching you. They are studying you. And they want to replicate and replace your very soul. You feel that, don't you? That immediate, sickening violation. The feeling that your sanctuary, your one private space in the whole world, has been invaded. This is a confirmation of a feeling you have been carrying for a long time. The feeling of being watched, of being judged, even when you are alone. The sense that you cannot truly be your authentic self. You are the one who gives so much of your energy, your heart, your spirit, to others. And you have long felt that some people are not just receiving your gifts of kindness, but are trying to study them, to figure out the recipe, to understand the source of your light. You were right. Someone in your life has moved from studying you to spying on you. They have crossed a sacred line, and I have brought you here to expose them and to end their wicked surveillance. The camera is live right now. At this very moment, 11:30 a.m. on this Saturday morning in Darbhanga, Bihar, and at every corresponding second across the globe, a pair of jealous eyes is watching your every move. The watcher is collecting data. They are recording you in your most unguarded moments. And they have a deadline. They are planning to use the information they have gathered in a dark ritual that begins at exactly 10 p.m. tonight. The clock is ticking on your spiritual privacy, on the sanctity of your home, and on the very essence of your soul. The blind, the rationalists, the ones who would dismiss their animals' divine senses, they will remain exposed, their every sacred moment being stolen and catalogued. But you, my child, you were chosen to trust the witness of the innocent. You were chosen to see the unseen. The person who has done this, who has committed this act of intimate treason, is a spiritual plagiarist. They are someone in your life who has no inner light of their own. They are a hollow shell, and they are utterly mesmerized by your glow, by your anointing, by the unique and beautiful way your spirit connects to mine. But their mesmerization is not admiration. It is a cold and calculating envy. They have looked at your life, at your resilience, at the unexplainable grace that follows you even in your darkest hours, and they have decided they want it for themselves. But they are unwilling to do the hard spiritual work, to walk through the fire, to cultivate their own garden. They have chosen to take a shortcut. They have chosen to steal yours. The hidden camera is not just a recording device. It is a spiritual data miner. It is a soul scanner. They are not watching to see what you do. They are watching to learn how you do it. They are recording you when you are praying, when you are crying, when you are laughing with pure joy, when you are creating something beautiful, when you are showing kindness with no one else around. They are capturing the raw, unfiltered data of your most authentic spiritual expressions. Their goal is to create an energetic blueprint, a perfect schematic, of your unique connection to me. And tonight, at 10 p.m., they will use this blueprint in a ritual of replication. They will attempt to use your own spiritual code to create a counterfeit version of your anointing for themselves. They want to steal your signal to heaven. They want to plagiarize your soul. This is the source of the hidden pain you have felt for so long. You have known people like this your entire life. The copycats. The ones who mimic your style of dress, your way of speaking, your ideas. The ones who seem to have no personality of their own, but are instead a patchwork of the interesting people around them. You have felt the strange violation of this, the way it makes you feel unseen, as if you are just a collection of parts for others to take. This is the ultimate, most dangerous form of that spiritual theft. This person does not want to copy your taste in music. They want to copy the very sound of your soul's song. The deadline is approaching. Before 10 p.m. tonight, we must not only disable their device, but we must send a blast of holy feedback through the connection that will deafen their dark ambition forever. The divine reversal of this high-tech witchcraft will be an act of holy power that uses their own surveillance against them. They think they are the watcher. We will now make them the watched. They think their device is hidden. We will now make it a beacon for my divine justice. And the key to this entire reversal is the very sentinel who has been warning you all along, your pet. Your animal is not just flesh and blood. It is a spiritual being. Its senses untainted by the doubt and logic that blinds humans. It can see the unholy energy radiating from that camera as clearly as you can see the sun. We will now partner with this divine witness to bring the enemy's plan to ruin. This ritual will blind the enemy's eye and sever their connection to your home. You will need no tools but your own authority and your innocent ally. Go to your pet. Place your right hand, your hand of power, gently upon them. On their head, on their back. Establish a physical connection with this pure and seeing spirit. You are now forming an alliance. You are grounding your spiritual authority in their untainted perception. Now, with your other hand, I want you to point directly at the corner of the room where your pet has been staring. Do not be afraid. You are not pointing at a camera. You are aiming a cannon of divine light. As you point, you will speak a command of blinding. You are speaking as a sovereign ruler, evicting a spy from your kingdom. Say these words with a voice of absolute, unwavering power, by the witness of the innocent, I command this unholy eye to see no more. The connection is broken. The watcher is now watched. As you speak these words, you are authorizing my angelic host to send a blast of pure, holy static through the camera's feed. It is a spiritual electromagnetic pulse. The camera will not break physically. But its signal, its connection to the watcher, will be irrevocably corrupted. From that moment on, all the watcher will be able to see on their screen is a chaotic, shimmering noise. The data stream will be dead. But it is the last line of your decree that is the most powerful. The watcher is now watched. You have just given my angels permission to reverse the feed. The watcher will not be able to see you, but their own fearful, guilty face will be made visible in the spiritual realm to the angelic host that now surrounds them. They will feel a sudden, terrifying chill, the feeling of their own sin being exposed to the light. To confirm that you are beginning this counteroffensive, to give the final command to the angelic host, you must type these words, the spy is now exposed. Do it now. The signal is being jammed. Wait. Do not point your finger yet. A new truth, a deeper layer of the plot, has just been revealed to me. The camera is a lie. It is a decoy. A cheap and simple trick designed to make you believe you have won, while the real threat continues to operate in secret. This is for those who are still here, the ones who have the spiritual stamina for the whole war, not just the first, easy battle. Listen. Be very still. Listen to the ambient sounds of your own room. The hum of your lights, the whisper of the air. Do you hear it? A new sound. A very faint, very high-pitched, almost imperceptible frequency. You have been hearing it for days, perhaps weeks, but you have been dismissing it as tinnitus, as the sound of electronics. It is neither. It is the sound of the real surveillance. Here is the secret within the secret. The camera is real, and it is in that corner. But it is a cheap, easily found decoy. Its only purpose is to draw your attention, and the attention of your pet. It is a false flag. The real device, the one that is doing the true spiritual damage, is not a camera. It is a microphone. A tiny, sophisticated, spiritually attuned audio bug. And it is not in the corner. It is hidden in an object you would never suspect. An object that was given to you as a gift by this very friend. A book. A picture frame. A small clock. A power adapter. The enemy is not trying to see your anointing. They have realized that is too difficult. They are trying to hear it. They are recording the sounds of your soul. Your prayers, your whispered hopes, the sighs of your heart, the very sound of your breathing when you are deep in creative thought. They are capturing the unique vibrational frequency of your spirit's connection to me. This is a far more intimate and dangerous theft. They do not want a blueprint, they want to capture your song so they can play it back and attune their own empty soul to its magic. Finding the camera and disabling it is a false victory. The audio bug, the true threat, would remain, still recording, still stealing the sacred acoustics of your soul. The 10 p.m. deadline is not for the video file. It is for the audio file to be completed. We must now silence the unseen threat, not just the visible one. Because you have waited, because you did not rush into the trap of a false victory, you now know the true method of this cunning thief. You can now protect not just your image, but your sacred voice, your sacred sound. The signs to locate the true device will now be given, and your pet is still the key. Your pet will now move. It will lose interest in the corner and it will suddenly become intensely interested in a completely different object in your room. It will sniff it, paw at it, perhaps even try to knock it over. It is not playing. It is showing you. It is pointing its innocent, powerful senses directly at the source of the evil frequency. That is the object. That is where the audio bug is hidden. Next, you will receive a confirmation from the heavens. Your phone may ring. But when you answer, there will be only silence on the other end, or a strange, faint static. This is not a dropped call. This is a sign from my angels. They are showing you that the enemy's game is one of sound and silence, and they are already beginning to disrupt their audio surveillance from the spiritual realm. These signs are your map. Your pet is your guide. The call is your confirmation. Now, you must act. You must create a cone of holy silence around yourself, a spiritual jamming signal that will not just corrupt their recording, but will overload it. This is a declaration that the sounds of your soul are not for public broadcast. You must type with the authority of one whose sacred words are their own, "My prayers are not for you." As you type this, you are creating a shield of silence. The enemy's bug will now only be able to record the sound of its own failure. The grand restoration, the final victory, is now at hand. Guided by your angelic sentinel, your pet, you have now located the true threat, the gifted object containing the audio bug. The decoy in the corner is irrelevant. The ritual of pointing will now be directed at this true device. You will once again place your hand upon your pet, your witness of the innocent. And you will point your other hand directly at the hidden microphone. And you will speak the decree of blinding, but now it will be a decree of deafening. By the witness of the innocent, I command this unholy ear to hear no more. The connection is broken. The listener is now deafened. As you speak these words, a blast of holy static will be sent through the audio device. But this time, it will not just corrupt the signal. It will create a feedback loop of catastrophic proportions. The sound of the watcher's own dark, envious, and empty soul will be captured, amplified 1,000 times, and blasted back through their own listening device, their headphones, their speaker, directly into their own ears. The one who wanted to hear the sound of heaven will instead be deafened by the shriek of their own personal hell. They will be thrown into a state of profound spiritual confusion and terror, their concentration shattered, their dark ritual aborted. And the bug itself may even physically short-circuit from the overload. It will pop, or fizz, and die. And in that moment of your victory, the atmosphere in your home will change. The oppressive, watched feeling will vanish, replaced by a profound and beautiful silence. And the corner, the place of the decoy, will now become a place of blessing. Your pet will go and lie down peacefully in that very corner, a sign that the space has been cleansed and reclaimed. And as you look at that corner, a brilliant idea, a solution to a problem, a word of comfort will drop into your spirit. The enemy's point of attack has now become your personal point of communion with me. The true surveillance, my loving gaze, has replaced the enemy's wicked eye. This is my way. Ask Chloe, a young woman from Charleston, South Carolina. She had a best friend who had become strangely obsessive, almost invasive. For weeks, Chloe's cat, Leo, would sit and stare intently at the smoke detector on the ceiling. Chloe found this message. Her blood ran cold. But as she was about to perform the ritual, Leo suddenly jumped down and began batting and sniffing at a digital photo frame her friend had given her for her birthday. Chloe understood. She placed her hand on Leo, pointed at the frame, and spoke the words. She said she heard a faint, pop sound come from the frame, and it went dark. That evening, her friend sent a series of frantic, garbled text messages about a terrible, screaming noise in her head that wouldn't stop, and then she cut off all contact. Chloe, feeling a lightness and a freedom she hadn't felt in months, sat down in her armchair, looked at the corner where the smoke detector was, and had the breakthrough idea for the online business that she now successfully runs. The spy was exposed. The sentinel was honored. The victory was total. It is your turn. You know someone who feels watched. Someone who feels their energy, their ideas, their very thoughts are being stolen. They feel they have no privacy, no peace. You are their liberator. You are the one who can show them that they are not paranoid, they are under attack. Send this message to them now. You will be sending them a divine security detail. Now, a final task to secure your own spirit. You must listen to this message one more time. The first time, you listened as the watched. The second time, you will listen as the watcher of your own soul. But there is a secret hidden within. The name of your pet, which I have not spoken, has been encoded in the silences, in the pauses between my words. You will not hear it with your ears. But your heart, which is connected to your innocent protector, will hear it. And this will deepen the spiritual bond between you and your angelic sentinel, making them an even more powerful guardian in your life. The first listen was for your protection. The second is for your connection. The surveillance is over. Your sanctuary is secure. To declare that your life is no longer under enemy observation and that your sacred connection to me is private, protected, and holy, you must seal your victory with these final words. Let the cosmos be your witness. Type, the line is clear.